Hey, how you doing? If you watch GardenFork, you know that I'm all about cast irony, artisanal, homemadey stuff, be it cooking or making a pizza oven or whatever. But sometimes you gotta get the box. What do you think? Jiffy mix, cast iron, and a big hunk of cheese. Let's see what happens. Ready? Here we go. Make, fix, grow, cook. GardenFork. All right, before we get to this, you have to know a couple things. First of all, one of my Labradors is really restless. What is that? What do you got there? Yeah. Yeah, are we gonna play? The other one is fast asleep. Well, she was asleep. So, part of me has a fascination with prepared foods, boxed foods, and even restaurants that serve food out of a box, namely Waffle House. But sometimes this isn't bad, and I think eating it every once in a while instead of every day is totally fine, right? But I also love stuff like cast iron. This is my go-to pan. Oh no, this is my go-to pan. This one I just stripped recently. I got a whole series about cast iron care, how to strip, season, and whether you can use soap on cast iron. You might be surprised by the answer. Links at the end or below the video. And lest we forget, my love affair with the Instant Pot. There's some videos about that. But this is, I think this is home cooking. I mean, it plugs in the wall, has a keypad, but you're cooking it, it's not coming out of a box, right? Jiffy mix is pretty ubiquitous, but you want to go on a little trip, get some anyway? Let's go. So kind of perhaps except for that jet plane going to LaGuardia right now, you might think that we might be in the country, but we're actually in the city here. And you're like, well, Eric, most of your videos, you're in the country somewhere. Yeah, but during the week we live in New York City because that's where our jobs are. So that's why we're here. I had the day off, so I'm gonna make you guys this corn casserole, which I'm very excited about because Jiffy corn mix, corn muffin bread mix is just something that's a fixture in my life. It's food out of a box, and I like that. So that is Manhattan. That's across the bay from us. That's the grocery store. It's across the street from us. All right. People like to honk here. This starts out pretty simple. Stick of butter. No, come on, go. Go on, go. Stick of butter, cast iron pan, warming up oven. Break this up, okay? So, cornbread casserole is a casserole, maybe a custard. Well, it's just really good, and you can't eat a lot of it, and you can't eat it every day, but man, when you do eat it, it's really good. And I've never made it before, and I thought, wow. I'm inspired by Claire Lower, who is the food editor at Lifehacker. I read Lifehacker a lot. I really like it as a website. And she just has these out-of-the-box ideas for things. And Jiffy corn mix, corn casserole, I was like, I gotta make that. Go look her up. I don't know. Am I like a fanboy? Yeah. But cornbread casserole, this, I got my butter melting here. I have a very bored Labrador who won't leave me alone. We have some eggs and cheese. Big hunk of cheese. Okay, let's start. 1 can of sweet corn that's been drained, and then a can of creamed sweet corn. Then, one of those magic ingredients, sour cream. This makes everything taste good. This is one of the reasons this and a stick of butter, it's in the oven right now, that you can't eat this every day. But you could eat this on a special day. And I have sour cream on me now. I know that. Okay, this in here. Oh, get the other egg out of there first. Thank you, Eric. Scramble these. And then finally, the secret ingredient. You don't have to tell anyone. If they're vegetarian, they're not going to want to eat this. But you already knew that. Stir into here. Notice we're using that high-tech tool, the fork. Okay, you don't really need to watch me stir this, do you? The bored Labrador is still staring at the oven. Oh, but wait, Eric, what about the cheese? Claire's recipe calls for grating this and putting it right on top into the oven. I'm a little worried about that burning, so I'm gonna grate this now and throw it in about 10 minutes. And, you know, GardenFork's all about, hey, let's try this and see what happens. So we're gonna see what happens. Jiffy makes a whole bunch of different box mixes. Buttermilk biscuit mix. We just did a video about making traditional Southern buttermilk biscuits from scratch with Southern flour. And I'm gonna do another one, compare and contrast, like school. This with the homemade version, so stay tuned for that. Claire and I's vary in a couple different ways. Claire mixed all the ingredients right in the fry pan. I kind of like the fry pan to preheat. And she put the melted butter in and all the ingredients right in, boom, in. And she put the grated cheese right on top from the get-go. I'm a little worried about that burning. So I waited a little bit and put it in. Another key thing is Claire probably uses a timer and I forgot to turn my timer on. So we're about 10 minutes in, 30 to 40 minutes, see what happens. All right, exciting. Oh, look at that. Cheese, please. That's cheese. That's cornbread mix. Let's let this cool off a little bit and then cut into this puppy, okay? Oh, wow. Oh, look at that. Cheese. I mean, I love comfort foods because I need that comforting thing. So let's see. It's a little warm, but man, is that good. And you see how the bottom is really brown? That's because I melted the butter in the pan.